With around 400 Pokemon available to catch in total, Paldea offers a pretty wide range of all types for you to choose from, so it can be a little overwhelming when picking who to catch for your team. That's why I've come up with a list of the 5 best Fire-type Pokemon in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, so that you can make sure you're getting the best fit for your playthrough. First up, we have a rather predictable pick in Scarlet, which is the final evolution of the starter Pokemon Fuecoco. It was always going to be good given that it's a starter, but I've been using one and they're genuinely brilliant. Its base stat total is 530, with it really excelling in special attack and physical defense. Its physical attack, special defense and speed are all pretty low, but it more than makes up with that with its 104 HP. Trust me, this thing does not go down easily. What makes it even more sturdy though is its dual ghost typing, making it immune to normal and fighting attacks. The only thing that is slightly annoying is that it has great physical defense and not special. It'd be even better if those were flipped, but it's only a minor thing that I dislike about it. Skeleturge's moveset whilst leveling up is also stellar, with it learning Flamethrower at level 32 and Shadow Ball at level 38, two absolutely insane moves that complement its high special attack. It also learns its own signature move, Torch Song, upon evolving, which is 80 base damage and 100% accuracy, so you have plenty of options in terms of attacks to choose from. If you end up going for Fuecoco at the start, then chances are you're not looking for a fire type, so we'll move on now to our next pick for trainers that went with either Quaxly or Sprigatito. Ceruledge and Armarouge easily claim a spot on our list as a dual entry, as they're the counterpart to each other, with Ceruledge being available in Pokemon Violet and Armarouge being available in Pokemon Scarlet. Both of them have a base stat total of 525, so are a little bit weaker than Skeleturge, but they make up for it with their stat splits. Ceruledge has an incredible 125 attack stat, with Armarouge having the same but for special attack, making them both elite offensive Pokemon in their own right. But that's not all they've got, as Ceruledge has a very respectable base 100 special defense and Armarouge has the same but in physical defense. The rest of their stats are somewhat mediocre though, which I guess is understandable. They're both incredible choices for any team and are actually really easy to find, as the pre-evolution Charcadet is near enough everywhere around Paldea. Once you find one though, you will have to grind a little bit to evolve it, as you're required to collect 10 Sinistea chips, which you then have to give to an NPC in Zapapico, who will give you the respective armor that you need to evolve Charcadet. If you need a fire type with a great second typing in either Ghost or Psychic, then you have to use Ceruledge or Armarouge. They're great in game and they also look fantastic. Volcarona is a Pokemon that you probably haven't used much before Generation 9, mainly due to it not being widely available and that it evolves at the ridiculously high level of 59. But this has all changed in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Well, not the level it evolves, but just how easy it is to find. You can get a Larvesta as early as the Asado Desert, and with the constant full team XP share, it will fly up levels in no time. Volcarona is a great addition to your team as well, with a dual bug and fire type, which is much better than it sounds, and a base stat total of a crazy 550. This thing is an absolute special tank, with 135 special attack and 105 special defense. It also has good speed as well, so could definitely mop up if you set it up right. It only has 3 weaknesses to water, flying, and a quad weakness to rock, and also resists 6 types, making it pretty bulky to take out. What's even cooler about Volcarona in Gen 9 though is that it actually has a Paradox form. However, the only one we're concerned with is Iron Moth, which is exclusive to Pokemon Violet, and this is because it actually keeps its fire type, whereas the Scarlet version doesn't. Iron Moth is a fire and poison type and has a base stat total of 570, so 20 overall higher than Volcarona. The stat differences aren't huge, but the new poison typing adds 2 more resistances. Even though you can only catch one of these at the end of your playthrough, I still had to include it as it's by far one of the best fire types in the game. So once you're done in Paldea, make sure to pick one of these up and try it out, it won't disappoint. Chi-Yu is the first and only legendary on the list and is insanely powerful for such a small little guy. It originally had a 580 base stat total until patch 1.01 where it was nerfed down to 570. But interestingly, the only stat that was affected was its insanely high 145 special attack, which was reduced down to 135. Chi-Yu's stat spread is actually very similar to Volcarona's, with it having the aforementioned 135 special attack, 120 special defense, and 100 speed. So both are more than capable of filling that role of a special machine in your team. With a dual typing of Fire and Dark, Chi-Yu is weak to 4 types and resistant to 5, so not the best. But that Dark typing does make it completely immune to psychic attacks. It also learns a ton of great moves via level ups such as Dark Pulse, Lava Plume and Overheat, so this thing can hit seriously hard. The only issue with Chi-Yu is that it's pretty hard to obtain, and there's only one of them, so you won't be getting one until a little bit later in the game. But if you need a fire type for online battling, Chi-Yu should definitely be considered. Last up, we have an old school favourite, one of the greatest Pokemon of all time, Arcanine. Ever since Generation 1, this thing has been a great member for any team, with an unbelievable base stat total of 555. There really isn't anything that Arcanine can't do. It's pretty fast with its 95 base speed, and hits very hard with its 110 physical attack and 100 special. But not only that, it has respectable stats in every other area as well, with 90 HP and 80 for both physical and special defense. This makes Arcanine one of the safest options when planning a team to use, as it's just so versatile. Growlithe is also extremely easy to find early game, and all you need to do to evolve it is get a Firestone, which you can find either on the ground by picking up Pokeballs or Sparkles, or if you've beaten the 3rd gym, you'll be able to simply buy one from Delibird Presents for 3,000 Pokedollars. It really is that easy. There's a reason Arcanine is so beloved in the Pokemon community, and in Generation 9 it's a very solid choice to be your fire type. If you want to see more of these videos for other Pokemon types, then make sure to let us know in the comments. I've also put another Pokemon Scarlet and Violet video on screen for you to click through to now.